How to find the right medium for you. Now, I'm going to start off by explaining what mediums are, the pros and cons to them, and what you should do. So mediums are what I would just call types of videos, and the main ones we're going over are YouTube Shorts, YouTube videos, and streaming. So, what is so as most VTubers, like VTuber viewers know, the most common way for VTubers to get content is by streaming and clips. Now, um, there are a few reasons why VTubers do this. One, streams earn the most money. They are also, I guess, the most lively type, and they are the most easygoing depending on the content. Now, there are a few reasons why people might disagree, but that's the main reason I've seen. So is something what is YouTube Shorts? Just pretend that you don't know what it is. YouTube Shorts are short content that normally is up 2 minutes. You can go up to three, but it is a bit iffy. But it goes up to normally 2 minutes and consists of short form content. For example, a quick part on how to get free models that normally either don't fit into a video or can just be compressed into shorts naturally. Anyway, um, YouTube Shorts are often used as a way to gain viewership, which I gained 40 subscribers from that. From one short. So I'm not gonna disagree and say that's a bad thing. Some YouTubers though use it as their dominant content and use it as a main source of income. While YouTube videos are basically what you're watching now, our videos. This doesn't always have to be on YouTube, it can be on Patreon, but let's just say you're doing the free version, so YouTube. This is mainly used for long form content about, for example, tutorials, rants, and often will be used as ways to pass on information. And its information can just sometimes be new video releases, trailers, or just gameplay gaming. And will often be the second way, will be actually, as most people say, as and my personal experience, will be the least the ways you earn subscribers, but is a necessary part of your content. But this is only if you have a dominate shorts, I would argue. And then on top of that, you often can manage you can manage fine. You can manage it completely fine with just one medium, but most YouTubers would recommend having two or more medias where you can talk, you can just no, where you could earn money from multiple things. Now, obviously, I'm just gonna assume your main viewership, your main goal is viewers, and I'm gonna go over the pros and cons for it, and I'm gonna go over some reasons why you might not want to choose it. And you will. So part one is so number one is obvious is streaming. Streaming is mostly long form content, and by long form, I mean hours. And this is the easiest way to earn money, to normally earn super chats, things like that. But it is often the most time consuming and hardest due to one, your throat, which I'll go over with, and two, unlike videos and shorts, you are unable to really edit stream. So if something goes wrong, well, there's no going back from that. You aren't getting away from that one. That one's just you aren't getting away from that one. Um, Other things I would recommend, not recommend. So what are the pros? You obviously get more income, you get more viewers, you have a more lively chat and can connect to your community easier. Also, this can create for some funny real moments that will help strengthen your community and your relationship to them. This will also be how most corporate VTubers work. And some people say corporate is the defined way, so I guess that one's more up to you, but yeah. Pro cons. You need you need a good setup. And by good setup, you need a good computer. A PC, technically. I'm literally just using a computer. You will need a lot of RAM to run both games, stream money. It will also be time consuming on your throat. This is actually probably why some bits like now I'm silent, because my throat is genuinely fucked. So it is painful to speak for long periods of time. And if you're doing something like just chill, you need to speak for a long time. So it is genuinely hard. And that's why it's not recommended to do this, obviously, if you have like bad throat health, if you just don't have like a good system. I would often like say that. This is how I would see it. If you in general have like something like a bad throat, don't go for VTube, like don't go for streaming, because you're cooked. While with YouTube videos and shorts, you can take a break and you can just clip them together. So it's far more easier. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do because I'm fucked. But it's far more easier to do. And on top of that, another con, as I've mentioned, is obviously the cost. It's your throat. And the final one is, if you are going to stream to a place like Twitch, it has no bloody discovery. It just goes off of views and likes. This means that you will often have to use YouTube. Well, you'll have to use YouTube to grow anyway. So even if it's your main form of content, you will still have to have either shorts or videos and clips to strengthen, like, to get more people on your stream. And some people say that's a direct con, but I think as the way you could fight this is streaming on YouTube, but YouTube isn't made for streaming. Twitch is. So this is more up to you. Also, most people don't think YouTube has good streams, which the fact that I got recommended a man playing with his dentures on my YouTube shorts, someone putting like flipping, I don't even know what they're called, like on that a tooth like on the like game, and then in a ski mask talking about, oh, I'm so scared, like what? Like, and then one guy had a toilet with, I'm not even gonna finish that one off, but so I don't know, like I guess reputation is one of them as well. Depending on your platform, you can either have a good or bad reputation. So I guess that's also one. So this one is more up to the person, but that's the ones I would call. Again, also you not being able to edit anything, so if something fucks up, you're kind of just having to improvise. So you have to be very good, not at acting, but like stage improvise, but just streaming. That's what else you have to be good at as well. So I guess the final thing is, this one in a nutshell, it is good if your main idea is income, not good for viewers, and especially shitty for discovery if you're using Twitch. And on top of that, streaming will normally, you will have to have side content to promote yourself more. This will mean social medias, YouTube videos, shorts, clips. So regardless, you will have to have another medium anyway. So this can be your main medium, but it can't be solo. That's the best way to describe it. So the second one is YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts, as you know, as most people say, is the quickest way to go viral. Now, you want long-term viewers, so I would not follow that one. But anyway, give me 2 seconds. So anyway, as I was saying, so viewers, you will get good views. I aimed like 40, 39 views on one short. So you will probably naturally get like a lot of viewers. So I guess that's a positive put up here. Positive, you get viewers. Also positive that if you're like burnt out, it's more easier to edit a short. This depends obviously on the editing style and that, but it is obviously easier to edit like a 1 minute short than a whole last video. So if you're burnt out, it can be a good like way to keep your channel alive without having to go on break. On top of that, it can be good for you to just go and like not it's good to test the waters. That's the best way to call it. To test the waters over if you're doing your channel correctly, incorrectly, if you're doing it fine, what to improve. It is far more easier to see in shorts than whole videos. I guess the other thing as well is just like what is it called? Is also easier to see in real time what people like and dislike just by searching up your genre and going through shorts. You can see like the quickest way to grab attention. Like it's a good research, that's the best way to call it. So it's also good as a kind of fundamental step. You can test new things out on your YouTube shorts. Like let's say you have a new mic, you can test it on the short to know if it sounds good, sounds bad, to see what your viewers like about it. You could also like see like new models. You could do like teasers instead of whole videos. You could do like short teasers of like new things coming to your channel, like for example a VTuber model. You could also test out new editing styles without again having to test like to make a whole video. So it's like it's a good tester. That's the best way to call it. It's a good tester, but that's the way I'd call it. Like I don't know like exactly how it works, but I don't know why I was doing that. But anyway, the point is it would be a good like reminder, like how do I spin it? It's like flip. It's a good medium for testing. So it's a good testing medium. So I'm just gonna put that one. Testing. It's also good for discovery. So add that again. Discovery, I've already stated, it can get people to discover you a lot easier if you know what the hell you're doing. Cons. Because of people's short attention span, you can't really put a short like up to 3 minutes. It has to be short, like the name. On top of that, it also has to be like engaging, which can actually take more editing than a video, which sounds crazy, but if your niche is like gaming, then a lot of times shorts make it slightly harder. I guess as well. It is also like way harder to do what's it called? It's way harder to post like not like it's a bit hard, I would argue, to post them videos. Not It's 50-50. It depends on oh my god. It depends on your editing style. Like if you have a strong editing, then it's going to be the same out, but if it's like slightly, then you can go easier. But in general, also it's the third one, what's it called? I'm trying to remember. Damn it. It's also personality wise because you have to get short engaging, you often have to sacrifice, I guess, more personality to get information on top. This can end up making you look a bit bland. So I guess that one's true. And then the fourth one is more just in general content. Like you can't get everything you want to say into one short, so you often have to post part one, part two. Again, this will depend, but it is. Some people say that is this bad side. I think it's a good thing because it makes people stay on your channel more and you get to talk to them more. But That's just my opinion. Some people have a different one. So, what would I argue? I think YouTube Shorts are a good thing, like as a secondary if it's the streaming. But yeah, I'll talk more about at the end. But we at the end. But now we're gonna go into videos. So yeah, now. So now we're going to be going on to video. So what is what is it called? Video is the main content that most obviously YouTubers use, and this will often vary, but is often seen as a good like dominator. Like you can have videos and then have no shorts and still have a good channel. So the good side is you get viewers on your channel longer, so they get to know you better. The second one is also that it is far more rewarding, I guess. Kind of depends, but like, it is far more rewarding, like after all the work to see your video start hitting views. That's to a lot of people more rewarding. Number three, it is more like it's more grindy kind of, and that will depend on the person. Some people say it's positive. I personally hate it, but this will depend on the person. But it's often the grindier, the more like rewarding is the end. So it goes back to number two. It is also often a good way to test the waters. And by that I mean like test the waters. I mean like you've been doing it for a few months and then you've done a short, and if you like this better, then that's fine. It is like, or I guess another one could also be that in general, it is like way more like easier to explain to people in real life. Hey, I'm a YouTuber, and they go, "Oh, you make videos?" And you could go, "Yeah." Instead of having to sit down for 5 minutes and explain to people what YouTube and YouTube short, what streaming and shorts are, which is some people's a headache, to some it ain't, but to me it is. But it can also be way more like easier to obviously keep people, especially if you like doing informational or games or like take up to an hour. It is often easier. Also, you can create clips out of not just streaming but videos to create some funny moments. So I guess as well it will depend. And then we'll go to cons. Again, grindy. It can take a long time to post out a video, and depending on how you're editing will, you often have to have a team, which is a lot of money. So it is also kind of costly, I guess, is a good one. It is the same with shorts, but it's naturally like less money, but it's very like costly. Is also like thumbnails as well, where you have to dip into a whole different way to like get people on your videos, and thumbnails themselves can take up to like 3 hours if you want to do like an in-depth one. So that will often also take a long time. It also like takes a while if what's it called? If like, as I'm doing, if your voice is particularly strained, then it can be a lot harder to like do like any sort of content, but especially YouTube videos and streams, because they take a long time to do. Oh my god, please stop moving. Fuck. If my audio is weird, then that's why now. That's not good. Anyway, point is, it can often be rewarding, I guess is a good way to call it. It can often be like rewarding, it's positive. Is like that. I already said that. What am I doing? Okay, cons last one is often if your first few seconds of a 10-minute video are not good, then the person will click off, meaning that all their effort is put to waste. But hey yo. So let's head over to which one you should do. So which one should you choose? Well, there's been a few people, but I'll give you a checklist, which is 1, what is your goal? If your goal is monetization, then streaming clips are often a good idea. If it's views, then it's between shorts and videos. Shorts and videos. So if let's just go with the view option. If it's viewers, which one is good for your health and well-being? This can obviously be both, but yeah. Which one is more fitted with your schedule, your time? Which one can you do better, like easier? That won't cause you to work overtime. Which one is less likely to cause you burnout, or that if you do have burnout, you can go to? And do I want to have two types of content or one main one? And is that main one able to support with my channel in either viewership or content? And finally, is that if that short video fails, will I be happy or sad? And the answer can be sad, but the better one sad. But it can also be sad, but I can move on to the next thing, or I can just do a short. And if both fail, then damn. But yeah, that's the way life works. But the final one is, which one will I be most happy in doing? Which one will give me the most joy? And which one is better for my PC computer to manage easier? And also, is the editing website site software I'm using going to work with this content? And is this content and is it content, and are you able to perform the same, like, are you able to perform the amount of work you would like to do that without having to cut a load of it out? That even if you look at the final product, you'll be happy with. And yeah, once whichever ones you get whichever ones you get the most answer for is the one you can do. Again, if you want to do both streaming videos, no one is stopping you. But just please note you'll most likely be burnt out if you do. And because YouTube and shorts and streaming takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of sleepless nights. So just keep that in mind whenever you want to do video and streaming, whenever you want to do more. Also keep in mind about Patreons, memberships, what content would you like to do for those if you get a chance, and all that. So keep that in mind as well. I'd actually add that one to checklist. If you had a Patreon / membership, what would your dominant content be on there? Would it be bloopers? Would it be videos? Would it be secret things that's not on your channel? And that's just a few things to think of. I hope this video has helped, and I hope you guys will like it. I will see you guys next time.